Hello everyone, it's Spurs Radio 96 here, and welcome to the third episode of the FIFA 20 Borussia Mönchengladbach career mode. It's derby day here in Germany, in the Rhineland. It's the Rhineland derby here at the Rhein Energy Stadion as FC Koln take on Borussia Mönchengladbach. FC Koln back in the Bundesliga after promotion from the second division. If you haven't watched the last episode, I advise you do so, but we had a bit of a terrible start really to the Bundesliga campaign with games up against the likes of Schalke, Rebel Leipzig and Mainz. As you can see, Thorgan Hazard is the player to watch. He is yet to get a goal, yet to score a goal for Borussia Mönchengladbach after his successful return from Borussia Dortmund. Now is FC Köln's lineup. Thibaut Horn is in goal, the standout player of FC Köln really. And looks like they're going for a very odd formation. Either it's a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-2 or something, or a 4-2-2-2. I'm not entirely sure what the formation is, to be honest, but it's an unusual formation, and certainly Mönchengladbach will have to get a better away result and a better away performance. We had a horrible away result against Mainz in the Opel Arena. We lost where Mönchengladbach lost 4-0. That is our worst result so far, and probably will be for a while, but no doubt the worst away result in terms of FIFA career modes on my channel. The first team returns for the fourth match running. Now, on to the first half. Highlights, 31st minute. Mönchengladbach have the ball back. Johnson's on the charge, but there is Silva, and play is on the attack as well. Silva's going to take a strike, and it's at the post. What a chance there for Mönchengladbach. On to the 45th minute, just approaching added time. Mönchengladbach have a flow in his play now. Silva's there, he's got the ball. And look, there's play, and play's onside here. Borussia Mönchengladbach lead their fierce rivals in the added time of the first half. A sunny play has scored again for Borussia Mönchengladbach. He scored in the game against Schalke, and he's now registered Borussia Mönchengladbach's first away goal of the season. And what a time to get the goal. What confidence that will bring to the players in the second half. And a sunny play has put Borussia Mönchengladbach in front here at the Rhein Energy Stadion. Dead on half-time as well. What a critical goal that was. And there goes the half-time whistle. Borussia Mönchengladbach lead FC Köln in their own backyard, thanks to a very late goal from a sunny play. It's been a pretty even match really in terms of performance. Of course, we had the chance to go in front early of the game when Andre Silva hit the post. But at half-time, it's Köln 0, Borussia Mönchengladbach 1. And we'll have a look at the results from other games around the grounds. Mainz are losing to Hertha Berlin. Borussia Dortmund are drawing 0-0 with Bayer Leverkusen. FC Augsburg are drawing 1-1 with Eintracht Frankfurt. And Hannover 96 are losing 2-0 at home to Werder Bremen. On to the second half highlights, the 79th minute, where again it's been a really tight, even contest, but Mönchengladbach have the ball back after dispossessing from Köln. Now, on the attack goes Mönchengladbach. Here is Andre Silva, cuts in the box, and play is in there again, but he doesn't need to take a strike because Thorgan Hazard is there. What a brilliant piece of build-up play that was for Mönchengladbach. The defence were torn apart. A bit clueless on what Mönchengladbach was going to do there. Was Silva going to take a strike? Was Play going to take a strike? But no, brilliant work there. Brilliant teamwork from the two strikers. And Thorgan Hazard was unmarked on the far side. And it's a simple tap-in from Thorgan Hazard, who registers his first goal since coming back to Borussia Mönchengladbach. And not only is that Borussia Mönchengladbach's second away goal of the season, that will surely secure the first 3 points away from home. And the full-time whistle is going to go any second here. Borussia Mönchengladbach is still pressing forward. It's going to cross in. Oh, that's a good strike from Silva and a good save from Thibaut Horn. But there goes the full-time whistle. Borussia Mönchengladbach have the derby rights. They beat FC Köln the first Rhine-Ruhr derby since 2018. And Borussia Mönchengladbach are victorious at the Rhine Energy Stadion against their fierce rivals FC Koln. 2 strikes, 1 in each half from a sunny play late on in the first half, and a strike from Thorgan Hazard late in the second half means Borussia Mönchengladbach have the derby spoils. And there's the full-time results around the grounds. Mainz did lose to Hertha Berlin. Dortmund lost at home to Bayer Leverkusen. Augsburg lost at home to Frankfurt. And Hannover 96 lost 4-1 to Werder Bremen. So let's go on to the post-match interview here of the match. Obviously they're asking about Andre Silva. He's continuing his good run of form, and he certainly did play a part, didn't he? Started the orchestrating that masterful attack for the second goal. And I told the press there just to calm down a bit. It's a long way to go, can't put too much pressure on him. And obviously they're asking now about how special was this win for FC Koln, and of course it's special, beating our fierce rivals, registering not only our first away points of the season, but our first clean sheet of the entire season as well so far. So that'll bring confidence to the defence. FC Koln didn't trouble us that much actually, so we were the better team in the end. And of course the reporter was saying a comfortable scoreline. We could have scored more. Obviously, Andre Silva hit the post. Even had a good save. He forced a great save from Thibaut Hall right at the very end. So we could have scored by more. Koln, of course, did have didn't oppose much in terms of attacking threat. But this is the big game in the episode, as Borussia Mönchengladbach start their Europa League journey here at Borussia Park against Turkish club Istanbul Başakşehir. Borussia Mönchengladbach haven't been in European competition since they were last in the Europa League, when they lost 3-3 on aggregate in the round of 16 in 2016-17 to other German club, which was Schalke. So Mönchengladbach, hopefully they can have a successful Europa League campaign. How nice it is to have the UEFA Europa League anthem finally in FIFA 20. It's going to be a big task, it's going to be a difficult group. We've got the likes of Roma from Italy and Wolfsberger AC of Austria. And of course Istanbul Başakşehir are a good club in the Turkish leagues and will certainly impose a threat here at Borussia Park. But no doubt Mönchengladbach are among Roma as the favourites to qualify from this group. Group J, and there is the lineup for Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's the same starting 11 for the 4th or 5th match in succession. But I'm confident that this 11 can deliver us our first European victory in our first home game of the Europa League campaign. There is Istanbul Başakşehir's lineup, going for a 4-5-1 formation, and clearly a very defensive strategy is in place for Istanbul Başakşehir. Of course, our objective, from the board at least, is to try and win this damn competition. But on to the first knock-ins in the game is Thorgan Hazard, and he's going to cross it in. That's a good save there from their keeper. But Mönchengladbach have the ball back. It's Bizbiani trying to wrestle it back. Couldn't quite get it back there, but here's Jolic now for Istanbul Başakşehir. And on the charge goes Jolic. And all of a sudden, Istanbul Başakşehir are on the front. And this Mönchengladbach need to get back in defending numbers here. And they've crossed it in. And that's a great start. Oh, what a chance that is for Istanbul. Oh, and Sommer has to make the save after the previous strike hit the woodwork. Well, Istanbul Başakşehir under pressure 1 minute. Next minute, they're on the verge of scoring the first goal of the match. But on to the 15th minute, where Istanbul Basaksehir have a corner, and it's all over and all at sea at the back. But Mönchengladbach clear their lines and all of a sudden could go on the counter. Here is Zakara. Off he goes on the charge. Silva is coming up there as well. Great pass from Zakara. And here is Andre Silva. And he's onside here. Oh, it's a good save. Denied once, twice, 3 times. Incredible. Andre Silva fell over. And surely Thorgan Hazard with a chance of putting Mönchengladbach ahead. Of all the places, an open goal hits Silva. Incredible. On to the 26th minute. Mönchengladbach are getting confident. Here's Zakara again. And there's people in the box. And Silva's one of them. Andre Silva scores for Borussia Mönchengladbach. His first European goal for the club as well as his career. And Andre Silva has made the fans go wild here at Borussia Park. And Mönchengladbach deserve it. They've been the better side. Good cross from Zakara and a great header from Andre Silva, who scores on his 3rd successive home game here at Borussia Park. Scored against Schalke, scored against Red Bull Leipzig, and has now scored against Istanbul Basaksehir. And that's more like it for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Andre Silva scores his first European goal for the club on 28 minutes. And it's Borussia Mönchengladbach 1, Istanbul Basaksehir 0. On to the 30th minute. Istanbul Basaksehir have the ball back. They are confident when they have the ball. Here's Jolic. Now is Gudronsson now. Jolic is onside. It's a great save. Brilliant save from Jan Sommer. Probably the best save he's made so far in this episode. What a strike. But what a save from Jan Sommer. He's desperate to get his first clean sheet at home at Borussia Park. But on the 32nd minute, Mönchengladbach have to defend from another corner, but here's a sunny place, got the ball back, and he can go on the counter again here. And look who's onside, and up front, it's Andre Silva. Crosses it back, and here is play, who's onside, and he's going to strike. A sunny play increases Borussia Mönchengladbach's lead on 35 minutes. Mönchengladbach are in control on the pitch and on the score sheet. Brilliant teamwork again from Andre Silva and a sunny play. Look at this little cutback from Andre Silva there at the beginning of the replay. But a cool, composed finish from a sunny play, who scores for the 2nd time in this episode. He opened the scoring at Koln, and he's increased Mönchengladbach's lead here in the Europa League. And he also scores at home once again. He scored as well against Schalke. That actually won us the first 3 points of the season. Our strikers are on form. Mönchengladbach are on form now. Everything's all starting to go our way. Now on to the added time of the first half. And that is a fantastic first half for Borussia Mönchengladbach. In total control of Istanbul Basaksehir. Basaksehir did have their chances though, forcing 2 good saves from Jan Sommer, and plus a bit of help from the woodwork. But the 2 strikers, Andre Silva and a sunny play, has put Borussia Mönchengladbach in control here at Borussia Park. It's 2-0 at this moment, at half-time. And we'll have a look at the results around the other grounds very quickly. Manchester United are leading AZ by 1-0. Wolfsburg are leading Christiansen 2-0. Rangers are 1-0 down against Porto. Strasbourg are 2-0 down against Austria Spaniel. Hearts Midlothian are 2-0 down against FC Michelin. CSK Moscow are 3-0 up against Sarpsborg. Wolverhampton Wanderers lead FC Braga by 1-0. Victoria Pleasant are 2-0 down against Besiktas. And Wolfsburger AC are 1-0 down against Roma. On to the second half highlights, just starting on the 50th minute, and Istanbul Basaksehir on the front foot. They want to have a confident start here. Mönchengladbach are getting stretched. Oh no, Visca's onside. Oh no, Jolic has put it in. And what a start to the second half for Istanbul Basaksehir. They've had their chances, and now they've taken one of them. And Istanbul Basaksehir are right back in the game. On the front foot, positive in the second half from Basaksehir, and they pulled and stretched our defence there, and Mönchengladbach couldn't cope with it, and Jan Sommer can still not register Mönchengladbach's first home clean sheet here at Borussia Park, whichever competition you're playing at the minute. So that's a bit of a disaster, well, not a disaster, a bit of a setback, and it's Borussia Mönchengladbach 2, Besiktas 1. On to the 71st second minute, Mönchengladbach have held on against Besiktas, but go on the attack, and Andre Silva's in space again! Andre Silva scores again! And that should surely settle the nerves here at Borussia Park, and will surely secure the 3 points, the first 3 points of the Europa League. Mönchengladbach have been hanging on and on against Besiktas, who were full of confidence after scoring early in the second half. But Mönchengladbach pounced when they had a chance. And I think it was a great pass from Masani play again. And Andre Silva with another great finish. His second goal of the game. He loves scoring at home at Borussia Park. 4 goals in 3 games here at Borussia Park for Silva means it's 3-1 to Mönchengladbach. Now, Mönchengladbach are brimming with confidence. The fans are confident and are happy with what they're seeing. But here's Thorgan Hazard on the 83rd minute. Twists and turns. He's got the ball. He's in the box. And he's still going. What a goal from Thorgan Hazard. A masterclass from the Belgium. And he's put Mönchengladbach even further ahead. It's 4. Mönchengladbach are starting to run away with it. Istanbul Basaksehir are starting to run out of steam. What a brilliant piece. What of individual brilliance from Thorgan Hazard. What a charge, run. What a finish. This is what Mönchengladbach fans have been dreaming to see under my management. Ringing in the goals. And of course, certainly bringing home the 3 points. And on a European night as well, the Europa League, it's Borussia Mönchengladbach 4, Besiktas 1. On to the added time of the second half, and Mönchengladbach want more goals from a throw-in. Silva and Johnson's in there as well. It's 5 for Borussia Mönchengladbach. They've torn Istanbul Basaksehir apart in the last 20 minutes. Johnson's on the score sheet, his first of the season, and that completes a fantastic victory in the Europa League for Borussia Mönchengladbach. The fans are loving it, and the players are loving it as well. Poor Istanbul Basaksehir, they've run out of steam really towards the end of the second half after they put in such a good effort for the majority of it. But what a lovely piece of play again from a throw-in this time. And Johnson with a great finish. And this will be, for now, the biggest European victory on my channel, I believe. I think so. I mean, we've had pretty good success in the Europa League in the past. Hopefully we can replicate that with Mönchengladbach. The fans cheer. By far the most convincing and the best performance of the season from Borussia Mönchengladbach. What a way to start their Europa League campaign. Well, the board want us to try to win this damn competition. We've made a brilliant start. Thanks to a phenomenal display from the whole team of Mönchengladbach. Andre Silva, of course, gets the plaudits for scoring 2 goals here. But what a start to the Europa League here at Borussia Park. Full time, it's Borussia Mönchengladbach 5, Istanbul Basaksehir 1. And you can see the full-time results of the other grounds. Manchester United won, so did Wolfsburg. Hearts lost. Roma won 3-0 against Wolfsburger AC. And of course, let's go on to the post-match interview, which was certainly have its talking points on the good front for now, at least. They're asking about Bizbiani. He played all right, I suppose. I mean, I think the whole team played well, to be honest with you, from start to finish. Albeit the only disappointment was, of course, Istanbul Basaksehir scoring that goal in the second half. Of course, they're asking about Andre Silva's performance. Fantastic performance from him. 2 goals. He's really started the season in the best way possible. Was it 4 goals now in Borussia Park? Now he just needs to try and carry this goal-scoring form into the away goals, be it in Europe or the Cup or the Bundesliga. And of course, they're asking me now if they were expecting a more competitive match. Istanbul Basaksehir? Well, I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, they had their chances in the first half. They forced 2 good saves from Jan Sommer. They hit the woodwork, and of course they scored early in the second half. And they put on and they tried everything they could to get the draw, get the points, but they failed quite miserably as they ran out of steam towards the end. But now we turn our attention to our next Bundesliga match, which is against Fortuna Düsseldorf, and we have the press conference here regarding that match, and they're asking about if we can pick up our form. Well, we certainly picked up our form. We won away at Koln. We've thrashed Istanbul Basaksehir, so we're certainly full of confidence, and hopefully we can register a better victory and performance at Borussia Park in the Bundesliga. And they're telling us about how the lads asking us how our players performed, and it's pretty clear we performed very, very well against Istanbul Basaksehir and at FC Koln as well. I mean, these lads have put in 100%. 5 games now on the spin they've played, and they've delivered. They've delivered with some good results. Beating Schalke. Okay, Red Bull Leipzig was unfortunate. Obviously, Mainz was a disaster, and but overall, it's been an encouraging start to the season. But no doubt, a challenging one indeed. So, but let's go on to the third and final game of the episode, where the rain is starting to come down here at Borussia Park. We return to Bundesliga action, where we will be facing Fortuna Düsseldorf, who haven't made the best start to the season either. But I thought now's the time to give the first team a rest, and let's let the reserve team have a crack at this match. Fantastic atmosphere as always at Borussia Park, no doubt. Fans brimming with confidence after seeing a 5-star display against Istanbul Basaksehir in the Europa League. We just need to carry that goal scoring form into the Bundesliga. That would be nice. We had our first clean sheet of the Bundesliga season against FC Koln. Could we finally register a clean sheet at Borussia Park as well? This will be actually my first ever game with the reserve team. I didn't play any pre-season games with them. I didn't actually do pre-season at all, actually, thinking about it. So this is a new experience playing for me at the time when this game is being recorded, playing with this team, seeing what they're like. But they're going for the same formation. Of course, Vestergaard makes his first return after we brought him back from Premier League side Southampton. Of course, we've got Mbobo, we've got Lars Stindl as well. So we've got a mixture of youth and experience. We've got Patrick Herrmann as well. Let's take a look at Fortuna Düsseldorf's lineup, and it looks pretty decent lineup. I don't know much about the players of Fortuna Düsseldorf, but they're going for the exact same formation though as Mönchengladbach, trying to make it as hard as possible. On to the first half highlights, the second minute, and here's Thuram for Mönchengladbach. Now here's Lars Stindl. He's going all the way, and there's a chance, and what a start for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Mbobo has scored straight away, and they lead in 4 minutes. What a start. First attack of the match, and it's the first goal of the match. Wow. Fortuna Düsseldorf just invited pressure on themselves, really, and Mbobo with a great strike from a great pass from Lars Stindl. And Mönchengladbach have steamed in front. Wow, the reserve team. They'll be fighting for first team places at this rate, competing in the big games at this rate. Wow, what a start. Mbobo scores the first goal of the match, and the game has barely begun. It's 1-0. On to the 9th minute now. Mönchengladbach resisting pressure from Düsseldorf, but here's Mbobo. Now here's Lars Stindl. That's a brilliant through ball to find Thuram. And Thuram is in space here. And he's outside. It's 2-0. Mönchengladbach sweeping aside Fortuna Düsseldorf early in the first half. Just over 11 minutes played, and it's 2-0. Another brilliant pass from Lars Stindl to find Thuram on the charge and onside. And a brilliant finish from the number 10. Mönchengladbach heading to their third straight victory on the spin, it seems. Marcus Thuram's first goal of the season means it's now Borussia Mönchengladbach 2, Fortuna Düsseldorf 0. Wow. On to the 14th minute now. Fortuna Düsseldorf finally have the ball and can go on their march. And they've crossed it in. Oh, Mönchengladbach clear their lines. Oh, not quite. Because Sand's got a chance here. But again has a chance, and that's a good save from Sippel. Sippel registers his first save of the match. He hopes he can get a clean sheet on his first start of the season. And it's a good save there from Sippel. 22nd minute, Mönchengladbach inviting pressure on themselves. They've given the ball away for Patrick Herrmann. And now, Düsseldorf can go on the attack here. And Petgenau scores. Mönchengladbach still can't get that clean sheet at Borussia Park. Petgenau had a chance first time. Brilliant save from Sippel. The second time he's taken it. What a strike. Patrick Herrmann will be kicking himself. He gave the ball away. And Fortuna Düsseldorf took advantage of that mistake. And oh dearie me, is it a case of deja vu again here at Borussia Park in the Bundesliga? No clean sheet in any of the games so far, Borussia Park. That'll be a bit of a disappointment. But we're still in front for now. And Fortuna Düsseldorf are on the score sheet with a goal from Petgenau. And it's now Borussia Mönchengladbach 2, Fortuna Düsseldorf 1. 30th minute, Mönchengladbach immediately on the front foot. And Hermann's got a chance here, and there's Mbobo. That's a good save from Sutton. Düsseldorf refusing to concede a goal again. They want to fight for the points here. And the first half highlights come to an end. There goes half time. Mönchengladbach in front. First few minutes was astonishing, with Mönchengladbach steaming into a 2-0 lead thanks to a goal from Thuram and Mbobo. But Fortuna Düsseldorf hit back with a goal from Petgenau from a mistake from Patrick Herrmann. Fortuna Düsseldorf have been in the game after that, creating chances. It's 2-1 at that stage. 49th minute to start in the second half. And Mönchengladbach, they aim to have a good start to the second half as they did with the first. Thuram has a chance. And the keeper saved it, and Thuram has headed in the rebound. It's 3-1. Mönchengladbach score 3 goals at home in the Bundesliga for the first time. Thuram's on the score sheet again. He took a strike, the keeper saved it, and the ball, very kindly and very fortunately, came straight back to Thuram. And a nice little header there from Thuram. Mönchengladbach have restored their 2-goal cushion, and the fans can just relax a little bit as Borussia Mönchengladbach have increased their lead here at Borussia Park. Much needed. Marcus Thuram is enjoying his first game of the season against Düsseldorf. It's now Borussia Mönchengladbach 3, Fortuna Düsseldorf 1. 71st minute, Mönchengladbach are on the attack again here. Mbobo, and Lars Stindl is onside. Another brilliant goal from Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's 4. The first time they scored 4 in the Bundesliga. Mönchengladbach are on a roll in this career mode now. We had to improve after the disastrous results against Mainz and rather unluckily Red Bull Leipzig, but we've come out fighting. We've scored 9 goals at home we scored 9 goals in the past 2 matches, and Lars Stindl is one of those scorers now as well. Mönchengladbach sweeping aside Fortuna Düsseldorf in offensive play. It's 4-1. And the full-time whistle is not far away, but Düsseldorf not wanting to go away quietly. It's a good save from Sippel, but there goes the first time full-time whistle. Borussia Mönchengladbach pick up their second consecutive Bundesliga victory. Their best, I think, their best performance of the season in Bundesliga terms. What an introduction the reserve team have made, sweeping aside Fortuna Düsseldorf 2 goals from Marcus Thuram, a goal from Stindl and a goal from Mbobo have secured a brilliant victory here at Borussia Park. It's finished Borussia Mönchengladbach 4, Fortuna Düsseldorf 1. Wow, what a turnaround in form after the disaster and dismay of the first episode. We've just come of the previous episode. We've just come steaming back. I mean, they're talking about Andre Silva, why he was not picked. Well, I mean, I can't be bothered really with the press asking me questions about, oh, why wasn't he picked? Why wasn't this and that, you know, formation or etc, etc, you know. I picked the reserve team because the first team need a bloody good rest, really. They've played 5 games in a row, you know, and it's about time the reserve team, you know, plays 90 minutes, really. But overall, a fantastic performance from them, from the reserve team against Fortuna Düsseldorf. But to be fair, Fortuna Düsseldorf are a, well, not if you can say a promoted club, because obviously I put them in the Bundesliga because their stadium is in the game. So obviously, Mönchengladbach on paper will be the far superior team, and it certainly looked, and it certainly turned out that way with a 4-1 victory. And also 9 goals in 2 home games. That's not bad, is it? We've scored in every home game so far.
Vielen Dank.
So overall, positive signs of recovery here for Borussia Mönchengladbach. So let's take a look then at the Bundesliga table. We've got new league leaders now. It's Bayer Leverkusen who are top now with 15 points. 5 straight wins from 5 games. 10 goals scored, 1 conceded, the best defence in the league. Bayern Munich are second with 13 points, 4 wins and a draw. Also yet to taste defeat. 11 goals scored and 1 conceded. Eintracht Frankfurt is third with 12 points, 4 wins and 2 defeats. 11 goals scored, 6 conceded. Borussia Dortmund is 4th with 10 points, 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. VfL Wolfsburg have fallen to 5th with a couple of defeats. They also have 10 points. Hertha Berlin are 6th with 9 points, 3 wins and 2 defeats. But 3 wins and 2 defeats? Yeah, 3 wins and 2 defeats. But they do have the best offensive record in the league, scoring 12 goals. Red Bull Leipzig are 7th with also 9 points, scoring 8 goals and conceding 5. Hoffenheim is 8th with 9 points as well. There's Mönchengladbach. They've slowly crept up the table to P9. 3 wins and 2 defeats. 9 goals scored, but 8 conceded. We love scoring goals, but we love, sadly, to concede goals. But there we go. Just 1 clean sheet in the Bundesliga out of 5 games. 10th is Werder Bremen, also on 9 points. FSV Mainz, who were in the, well, started the season pretty well. They've looks like they've had a bit of a bad one. They are 11th with 8 points. FC Augsburg is 12th with 7 points. Schalke have recovered slightly. They've got a win on the board and they have 4 points, scoring 5 goals and conceding 9. FC Köln is 14th with 4 points as well. FC Nuremberg are 15th with 3 points. Fortuna Düsseldorf is in the relegation playoff with just 1 draw and 4 defeats, 3 goals scored but 14 conceded. Hannover 96 is in the relegation zone at the moment with 1 point as well. And CB Stuttgart have had a horrible return to Bundesliga action. They are bottom with, well, nothing at all really. Just 5 straight defeats from 5 games, 1 goal scored for worst offensive record in the league, and 15 goals conceded, also the worst defence in the Bundesliga as well. Let's take a look at Group J of the UEFA Europa League, And Mönchengladbach, no surprise, are top with 3 points, 5 goals scored, of course, and just 1 conceded. AS Roma won 3-0 away against Wolfsberger AC of Austria and sit in second place, also on 3 points. So let's take a look at the preview of the next episode. We begin the episode with a quite important match. We're away at the Pre-Zero Arena against Hoffenheim, who of course are just 1 point and 1 position ahead of Mönchengladbach in the Bundesliga at this stage. And then when we've concluded the month of September, we'll begin Europa League action, the biggest European game so far, and our main contenders for the group, AS Roma away at the Stadio Olimpico, and then we conclude the episode with a Bundesliga home match at Borussia Park against FC Augsburg. So yeah, just want to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe for the series. I'm really enjoying making this series for you guys, ladies and gentlemen, I should say. And we will see you next time.